everyone. Welcome to Pine Grove News Live. 6:02 p.m. here on the East Coast. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can. Looks like I'm up live on YouTube once again. Kind of a hit or miss with that thing. So, go enjoy that if you wish. It's 37 degrees. It was 37 degrees about an hour ago. It's downright chilly. Not normal. But what is these days, really? What is freaking normal? So, whew. Blessings, everyone. I'll just get started. Only got a few things to cover. Let's talk about this. Chaos in the streets. The civil unrest that so many have been predicting is coming to America is now here. Well, we've heard about a few of these things. Don't know how all this is how you're gonna be able to hear it. You should. I mean, everything seems to be working on Mixler anyway. But, oops. I guess that was the wrong button. Let's go back, see what happens. We'll just read it. So, nobody wants to see Americans beating, the daylights out of other Americans in our city streets. But it is starting to happen with alarming regularity. Americans have become more radicalized politically than ever before. And there is certainly nothing wrong with being passionate about what you believe, but way too often, these very strong feelings are leading to the outburst of anger and violence. The left hates the right, and the right hates the left. And the mainstream media and many of our leading politicians are having a good old time stirring the pot on a continual basis. It is almost as if they actually want violence to happen, huh? Yeah, go figure. I know. George Soros signs some checks, right? That guy seems to be hiding out. There's a lot of angry people. I don't blame them. I think it's high time we take care of that. So for a very long time, many of us have been wanting that civil unrest is coming to America. And now it's here. I remember, a couple months back when we were all talking about, this country is so divided, and people this, people that, against each other. I said, and it wasn't apparent to me. I didn't see it. And it wasn't there, but it is now. And I'm just saying, why are you guys calling it divided country? We're not divided. It's just a couple angry people out there being paid by some rich guy to cause trouble. Well, gets a little deep now, though. So this demonstration billed as a march for law and order in the streets of Portland descends into chaos as rival political, and here we go, can't read. The faction broke into bloody brawls in downtown on Saturday night. Members of the right-wing group, Patriot Prayer, and their black-clad adversaries, known as Antifa, used bear spray, bare fists, and batons to thrash each other outside Kelly's Olympian, a popular bar on the southwest Washington Street. So, yeah, what a place to start a brawl, right? Outside of a bar. I mean, well, that's where most of them happen. Anyways, I won't elaborate on that. And they weren't good old days. They were just days that I've seen when I was younger. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, people. I mean, I know we have the right to a peaceful protest, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we can't go and just get on the streets and somebody starts talking and has a different opinion, then all of a sudden you attack them. I mean, basically that's what Antifa does. And I almost have to link Black Lives Matter. That's in the same category. But I know Antifa is one of them that gets paid by Soros. And I'm not sure about, Black Lives Matter. And that, how all that came to fruition with the killing of that the boy. I mean, some of these things are rightfully so should be addressed. But, you know, police in general were just targeted. And, you know, it's not all of them. So, in any case, it's just a bad situation. And this country is so messed up. You know, politicians, all the lies, all the thievery, bribery, the murders, it's just leaking out. It's leaking out onto everyone else. This whole world is just in utter chaos right now. And you know who's the king of chaos? I know who the king of chaos is, but more so, I follow the king of peace. The king of chaos is Satan and his demonic minions and all the, what do you call it, disembodied souls that were released. You remember when Jesus, you know, had that herd of pigs, that swine that jumped off the cliff. He put that what do you call them? We are many. Legion, yeah, Legion. When the apostles couldn't do it, or maybe that was something else, one other one. But in any case, Jesus, you know, told that legion, those many demonic beings that were in that one person. So, in any case, and then, you know, that battle between the Nephilim and their kin. They had to watch each other kill each other. That was one of their punishments. That wasn't, might have been in Enoch. It's in either Enoch or Jasher. So, yeah, they were given 500 years. You know, the lifespan of most people back in those days were what? You know, 700 to 900 years. These Nephilim were, and their kin, their children, were given 500 years total. That was it. And, you know, they killed each other. And so that was a very interesting story. But now they roam the earth, you know, jumping from one confused and or somebody who opens a door, you know, you can even play the Ouija board and open up these doors. You don't want to start messing around with the dark arts, you know, not astrology, but maybe it is astrology. Yeah, astronomy's okay. You know, the study of the stars and the alignments. And anyways, you know, we had that Revelation 12 sign that we were able to go see, but when we start predicting people's, you know, futures, that's the dark art that we need to stay away from. It just opens bad doors. You want to open the right doors, don't we? Yeah, we do. We want to open the right doors. But in the meantime, total chaos. More flooding likely in Texas as record rains continue to fall. And, you know, I got to remember to put my copyright infringement banner on this video, because if I play this, then ABC News will claim copyright laws, and but they're not entitled to it. If it's put out there for the public to see that I'm entitled to use it as news or teaching, yeah, that's part of the copyright laws. That is just great. I mean that's what they do. They put it out there. So this weather pattern. So apparently, somebody warned us about that the other day. That Texas was getting more flooding, and still more. So this weather pattern installed over Texas has produced the worst flooding since the 1935 in Leano County in the central part of the state. The area got as much as 13.24 inches of rain in just the past 2 days. I remember, was it last year or the year before? I mean, Texas is always in the news, somewhere in Texas for, you know, especially towards the Gulf Coast, you know, where all these storms are produced. I remember the one year that I was following it. I mean, they got 18 inches, you know, within a 24-hour period. That's when we first started hearing about state of emergency. Yeah, and now we're all used to hearing it. We're just used to hearing it. So when the real state of emergency comes and martial law, we'll be saying, "Oh, okay, something's going on there. Let's, you know." But that's why they want you to get used to it, because when it really comes, you won't know what hit you. You won't. So also Dallas, yeah, the Llano River rose from about 10 feet to nearly 40 feet in less than 24 hours. Also, Dallas broke the record for the wettest autumn on record, just halfway into the season. The city has received almost 2 feet of rain so far. Wow, see, we're just breaking records every year. It just keeps breaking those records. And what does that mean, people? If it keeps breaking records, it means it's getting worse and worse, right? Okay, well, Christians know what that means. You know, people who believe in Jesus know what that means. That there are signs that we are to look for, and these are it. We call them birth pains, you know, like a woman in travail, you know, giving birth to a child. She has, you know, small birth pains in the beginning, and then they get more painful and in longer duration until the child is born. And that's the process we're all waiting for. Because when this thing finally, this child, is ready to be born, it just means that Christ will be here. He's coming again. He said so. He's going to. He can't lie. And I wait for that day. So here's a couple maps. Yeah, Texas. Hope Paul's all right out there. And then, you know, cold weather moves in. Remember, we still got green trees. Just want to mention that. You know, it is now October 17th. And, you know, a week and a half, you know, most of these trees, the leaves should be coming down, and in a week and a half, they should almost all be down. I remember making piles and making, you know, scarecrows, and other people making stuff out of the leaves, stuffing clothes, you know, for their little demonic holiday, Halloween. Yeah. Is it all right to celebrate Halloween for Christians? Is it all right? I'll let you, you know, think about that for a minute. And so we'll continue with the weather here at the Watchers. Deadly floods hit Yemen. Widespread destruction after Luban makes landfall. Luban, that sounds, yeah, but it's dated October 16th. Sounds like one that I've already heard about. So anyway, at least 3 people have been killed and dozens were injured in that tropical cyclone Luban made landfall between Mukella and Al Gradifnir. It's a 5th named storm of 2018 North Indian Ocean cyclone. So we have that, and we have this. I mean, we've been hearing about this too. France, you know, France hit by the worst flash floods in 100 years. This is from the Economic Times. Yeah. Let's look at this, man. It's not the only bridge that's been out. Heard there was a bridge in Texas somewhere, too, and I haven't been able to get that yet. I thought it was in this article, but I have not seen it. I have not seen it yet. So, I was told it was on the World Watchman's Facebook page, but that was the only story I found there. So anyway, this collapsed bridge in France. The area view shows a collapsed bridge in the city of, I cannot pronounce that, Vigalanik. Nice little boat there that's now half in the water, half on land. There's a couple pictures here. They said they got 10 of them, so I'll just keep panning down a little bit. How do you get a car to stand up like that? Must have been one heck of a flash flood. Yeah, we talked about the flash floods 2 days ago. And that's probably one of the good things why we have, you know, these drones. One of the reasons that they're, you know, it's a good technology to have, to go into these flooded areas and look for people. And I, you know, happened to watch a little TV last night, and they used the drone to go in there and check out a sniper position on the new show FBI. I watch it for, you know, it is somewhat entertaining, but it's not as entertaining as you think it is, at least to me anyway. I use it for clues as to what they may want to tell us, or what technology they may have. They're going to put it out there. That's one of the reasons Hollywood does that stuff. They have to tell you. And so, again, here we go with this warning. You know, economic collapse. I mean, a lot of chatter about that. So from the shift plan, we have this dollar crash imminent. China and Japan dump U.S. treasuries. Now, I can see China trying to do something like that if you want to follow the false narrative that China is our enemy, okay? That they would try to, you know, because they said they tried it before. They wanted to make the yuan, or the yuan, what would we call that? The yen, you know, put it in the economic basket, you know, for the world economy as a reserve type, like our dollar is, the petrodollar. And when they tried to go to the gold standard, and when they tried some ships, you know, they wanted gold from these ships, and I believe there were a couple of U.S. ships at certain ports in and around China, and they wouldn't let them unload unless they paid them in gold. But there was a couple of messages sent that year, last year, I believe it was, and we saw a couple of them. Chemical plant blowing up. Big thing, one of the biggest explosions I've ever seen on, you know, on people's phones, on video. And that's when everyone was talking about the blue beam came down and started the explosion, and all kinds of stuff happened in that explosion. I should have a lot of that stuff. It's a very interesting story. The explosion was, I mean, it was just, I don't know how to explain it. You know, you'd have to watch it. But anyway, and I don't understand why Japan would threaten to do this unless they've fallen on the wayside, you know, bad list from U.S. for some reason. But anyways, you know that Japan was trying to sell or had manufactured some particular cars that were gasoline free. I don't know. Will Washington's better. I wish he could come on here once in a while and explain that, because he knows more about that. Yeah, then he claims that is one of the reasons why that tsunami happened and the earthquake happened, you know, with Japan and Fukushima and all that stuff, was to make an example of them. Yeah, don't mess with the U.S. and its tech. Yeah, they can cause earthquakes. That HAARP, again, I know I've mentioned it before, but that HAARP can come down and cause earthquakes. They were, you know, caught testing off the coast of Florida. That time when, what's his name? From the State Department, Kerry, you know, when that astronaut went, when they were all going to Antarctica for some reason, having some meetings down there. When Kerry and that astronaut returned, and they went to that place that has a lot of earthquakes down there over there. Why can't I remember it? Yeah. But they're on a particular island, and they set off a 5-pointer earthquake off the coast. And somebody had mentioned that there was a U.S. ship out there, and they had actually, you know, admitted to testing a bomb in the water. Okay, so whatever. So, United States treasuries, the countries Japan and China, have dumped the dollar. Both both nations have dramatically cut their ownership of notes and bonds in August. So this is according to the U.S. Treasury Department, released on yesterday. It appears that a dollar crash could be imminent, as no one wants to buy American debt anymore. That's basically what China has been doing. Why our, arch enemy, first of all, would buy our debt, why we would, let them buy our debt. And apparently, because of that, even the interest payments, and, they also apparently own much of the U.S. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I mean, first of all, if it's all a stage and it's all planned out, and all the presidents and leaders of countries, they all know what's going on. They all know it, and they play the roles to the best they can, and so they have to have some drama, because what else are we going to have to watch? So now we got to watch over in Israel and Iran and Syria and over in there, and while we're looking there, be also watching Venezuela. Okay, we're still watching Venezuela to see what happens there. So anyway, they've been talking about a crash for a long time. They've been talking about the dollar's imminent crash for years. Okay, so now let's get into this story, which, I was actually part of last night, Yeah, and I just want to put this out in case, there are people that are really that stupid. I'm sorry, I mentioned that. You must know, okay, that Facebook is not private. I don't care where you go in there, what room you're in, what page you're on, what kind of censors you put up or filters. It's not private. Nothing you do is private. Hell, God knows everything you do. But I'm not talking about God at the moment. Even though He can see all that you do, I hope you know that. He can see all that you've done. He knows what you're thinking, And don't get confused with, He has a list and He checks it, twice. That's the other part that's trying to copy Him with his satanistic Halloween and Christmas rituals. Yeah. Any case. Yeah, private. Their censorship arm is government funded. Yes, they were paid lots of money. Yes, they were. I know Facebook was, Twitter was, I'm sure YouTube, Google. And so, anyway, it's not private, people. It's not anything you put out there, anything you say, any pictures, okay? Come on, really. You're really going to put a picture out there that it will embarrass you someday? Because everybody can see it. Everybody could see it. You have to go in there under that impression because it's true. Facebook is not private. That's why they have Facebook. It's a CIA op. Okay? He's a CIA operative. I'm not kidding. I don't normally go for these things, but it's whatever. So let's go with this. That other thing that happened last night. YouTube was shut down. I was on YouTube last night trying to get my some videos up and running, and I thought that YouTube was shutting me down again. I thought that I was banned completely from even looking at YouTube. I'm not paranoid. I'm not paranoid because they have shut me down for no reason whatsoever. I mean, they can do it according to their laws or whatever you want to call it. They can shut you down for whatever reason they want to. For no reason at all. They can just shut you down. And that's not right. That should be changed. But in any case, after that was shut down, and we'll go on. Well, this video, 2.5 minutes. I'm going to let you listen and let you decide for yourself. I hope that you can hear it.
Welcome to Icons. Welcome back. Have y'all heard that YouTube was shut down? Yeah, it was shut down. It was shut down for a reason. YouTube, you have been warned. We the people own the internet. This is a message to you and Google, your parent company. We can shut you down. Stop infringing on our human rights. Stop shadow banning us. Stop listening to your communist, fascist crooks. Next time it will be longer and it will cost you billions. This was just to show you. We are in this to win this. YouTube will become our tube, which it already is. Same with Google, Twitter, Facebook. Shame on you. Shame on you. This is your warning. We will hit you where it counts, in your pocketbooks. We are not your slaves. We the people own the internet. We own this country, we own this government, and we own everything in it. Without us, you fall. Not China, not the Rothschilds, not the globalists. We own you. If in the next 21 days nothing changes, it will happen again. You've been warned. And that's our message to you, YouTube. You're starting to steal money from disabled vets. What are you, crazy? We're not gonna allow this.
Yeah, so you know that, right? Came out, I think it was 2 days ago on Monday. Yeah, where it said that YouTube shut him down and he was due money. I don't know, what was it, like $300,000, something like that? I've seen this guy, even on mainstream TV, you know, as a motivational speaker. I mean, this guy has, I believe, lost 3 limbs as a vet, you know, and he's just full of spunk, full of life. He must have Jesus too. So, in any case, yeah. So if that is what has happened, I mean, you know, so be it. Good for them. Yeah, we are, you know, the people pay for everything. I mean, so that's what I don't understand. I mean, you know, they're gonna George Guidestone, 500, a manageable number for humankind. You know, I mean, really. I keep talking about where are you going to get the rest of the money? So you have enough money now. Now you just want to manage the people, manage the herd, cut it down. So you're all set now. But this country, man, if we aren't here, they don't exist. It's plain and simple. And so, you know, obviously things happen where they try to prevent us from talking to each other. So we can't get together, but that's taken care of too. So in any case, let's move on with this story. Dabu 7. He this is video. Okay, so let's do this because Amazon was also out.
On the heels of a massive YouTube outage last night and issues over at Twitter where they were sending out some weird codes to everyone, and the north site down, we now have Amazon experiencing a massive outage coast to coast here in the United States. The map is also showing issues in Spain, Denmark, the United Kingdom, Italy, Japan. It looks like maybe a small piece there in Saudi Arabia. On this other map, on the other side here, right now, the big question is what's causing all this? There have been times in the past where we've seen Verizon and then like Spectrum and other agencies all go down at the same time, and it would suggest that one main cable was getting messed with because a lot of the data from these different companies, especially going overseas, it's ran by cables on the ocean floor. So that's one instance. We've seen in the past people attacking some of these substations in the country, and they've reported on it and said, look, it was malicious. It seems like...
Yes, you have to remember that because these substations were attacked. They did cut wires. We did a story a couple of days ago about Russian subs. I mean, Russian, I don't know what they call them, some kind of trawler. It's a ship. It's a cable cutter. Cutter and layer or whatever. Does both. But, you know, if it was a cable that was cut, it'd still be down. So I'm kind of leaning more to the fact of the gentleman that we just listened to, that somebody was able to interrupt it for a short time. That I find more plausible than somebody cutting some wires. And so, you know, there you have it. And so Dabu also includes this. This is downdetector.com. I don't know if it just works for Amazon or whether it works for other outages, but the title up the top says Amazon outage map. I'm sure you can Google, you know, for YouTube and other, whoever, Facebook, Twitter, outage maps too. Just have to do the work, that's all. So, very interesting that you find all these things happening in that 48-hour threat of ICANN, you know, threatening to go down. Now, are these all little tests, you know, which I don't think they're little. There's something else. I mean, ICANN, if they're going to go down, they're going to go down completely. They're not going to take out little bits and pieces. I mean, other countries, even Iran, you know, and China, they, you know, what do you call it? They talk with the companies, and the companies will not allow this particular site or, you know, Facebook or Twitter or something like that to be able to be seen in those areas. But that's, you know, per country and so on and so forth. So that can be done. So they're doing a lot of testing. So I do, you know, see that something is maybe going to happen. I mean, with these elections, I know Facebook is threatening to, this one right here, Facebook will ramp up censorship leading to the midterm elections. Okay? And why do they not get into trouble for this? You know, interfering in United States elections. I mean, that's just as bad as any kind of collusion with another country, to where you allow certain things to get through and other things not to, for the simple fact of manipulating an election. So I think they should be fined billions of dollars. I don't know, people. I think I can do without Facebook for a week. Okay, take him down for a week. But anyway, I guess we got 21 days because I don't think YouTube or Facebook or Twitter will do what they're told. So in any case, and then this last one here, update: YouTube back up after global outage. Okay. Suffering a serious outage with thousands reporting issues with the Google-owned video service So, yeah, a 500 error. Messages that they tried to log in, upload or watch content on the hugely popular platform. It appears that the popular video streaming site went offline at around 2:20 a.m. BST time. Error 500. See, one attempted to access. I think I was on, I don't know, somewhere after 8, maybe 9. Yeah, because I was on another device where I usually am, and could not get any videos. So I went and tried the other device, couldn't get it there either. But anyways, that's the news. That's what's going on right now. It's a strange time and also a hopeful time. Because now we know that these things are happening and they are increasing and they're breaking records and all of this happening at the same time. Just lets me know that what the Bible says is true, and it will be soon. Soon? I don't know. What's soon to you? Tomorrow? 5 minutes from now? A week? A year? Well, we still got to have the man of what? Man of fruition. What we got to have before the beast? The man of fruition, I guess. I don't know, something like that. That's all I can remember right now. Before the beast. There's something that's got to happen. Some man. Anyways, that's all I can tell you. Sorry. I'll tell you, when it comes to recalling, unless the Lord wants me, and if I'm not asking the right way, He will not give it to me. And so, I'll leave it at that, people. God bless you all. Have a great evening. Keep your family close, man. And please, please, learn to forgive each other. It's really not. It may seem hard to, but, once you do it, everyone, we talk about freedom, and that's one of them. That's one of the points of becoming free. Forgiving each other. With that, everyone, God bless and peace out.